It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Love Lane and it's a can of their Baltic Berliner. It's been brewed with raspberry, blueberry and blackcurrant, coming in at 4% ABV in a 440 milliliter can. I picked this up in Lidl. It was £1.79 for the can. We're getting around to reviewing it. I'm looking forward to this one. Love Lane, I've heard some great things. I really have. I know some of the guys up at Love Lane, or one of the guys up in Love Lane, used to have a beer channel here on YouTube. Ooh, look at the colour of this. Oh, wow, 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 look at this. This looks really interesting. I'm loving the look at this. Look at that. It looks like some kind of slushy or something. Hissy and fizzy, you can hear it, look. Slow moving carbonation. Oh, wow. Looks really good. It's blackberry, blueberry, raspberry juice. Nice and hazy. A little bit of carbonation rolling up the side of the glass. A bit of suspension in there, whether that be a bit of yeast suspension or a bit of fruit suspension or a bit of everything, bit of malt. Let's get the aroma. It smells good. It smells good. Oh, by the way, lots of you telling me, when I unboxed these cans from Lidl, I was like, oh, Baltic Berliner, oh, I've never had a Baltic style Berliner Weiss before, but it's reference to the Baltic Triangle in Liverpool, where these guys are based. And that was the reason for my lack of understanding with it. But you guys commented in the comments box and told me exactly, it's like they used to do a lot of trading with the Scandinavian countries in Liverpool, so they called it the Baltic Triangle. A little part of Liverpool there. So I get it now. I get the reasoning behind the Baltic Berliner. Of course, Berliner Weiss being a German style of beer. Let's dive into this one. Cheers, everybody. It tastes like fruit juice. What's impressive about the beer is you get that lovely kind of wheaty flavour at the end. But it's really lacking. I was really excited for this. Really excited. It's really lacking. So disappointing. I reviewed their pale ale they put into Lidl, and that was just as dreadful. It was just as dreadful. It's been contract brewed. It's been contract brewed at a rather large regional brewery. This has not been made at Love Lane. Now, I've heard a couple of stories rolling round that Love Lane, they were doing fantastically well up until the situation of 2020, but they sold a lot of their beer from their tap house. They didn't have much in the way of online sales and cans and packaging. A lot of their beer was sold locally to the Liverpool market, which, if I had a brewery, I'd be looking to do exactly the same thing. So they got caught on their heels when all of the pubs and bars were ordered to shut in the UK. And they were really hit hard. So I have a lot of understanding for the pain that these guys have been through, and lots of other breweries in the UK. And my heart really does go out to all of the breweries out there who got caught in this way. Some breweries set up purely to can and export their beer out of the brewery to shops and supermarkets and the world. And that worked out fine for them, because there was a lot of people sat in their houses drinking beer who weren't allowed to go anywhere. So from my understanding, Love Lane didn't have a choice. They literally had to kind of contract brew their beers. And they had this opportunity to go into Lidl's, and they contract brewed this beer with a large regional brewery in the UK. And it's really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate that the beer has turned out like this. But having an idea who the brewery are, the regional brewery are, who contract brewed this beer, they would have no clue on how to brew a Berliner Weiss. As crazy, especially a fruited Berliner Weiss, as crazy as that sounds, for the size of the brewery that they are, they would have no idea on how to brew a fruited Berliner Weiss. In fact, I would hedge a bet that the head brewers at this company probably doesn't even know what the Berliner Weiss style is. I bet you that they had to pick up books and manuals on how to brew this beer. And they've done that, and they've gone and done it really wrong. Yes, it was a gamble by Love Lane to brew a beer with this regional brewery. It was a gamble on their part, and it hasn't paid off. It hasn't paid off. This is a bit of a shocker, if I'm honest. It's just really rubbish. Love Lane Brewery's home is in the heart of Liverpool's vibrant Baltic triangle, a place full of doers, creators and makers. This Berliner Weiss beer is packed full of raspberries, blueberries and blackcurrant. I've been quite disappointed with this Lidl craft beer festival range of beers this time around. They've been pretty rubbish, a lot of them. The only beer that I really liked so far was the Calver's dry hop lager. That was a pretty decent beer. Of course, they still had some of last year's beers from Scotland as part of the Lidl craft beer festival, and Zoom Time, I can gladly say, is still a superb beer. Zoom Time is still a superb beer. But this, it's an absolute shocker. It's thin. It just tastes like tropical fruit juice in a raspberry, blueberry and blackcurrant way. It's like raspberry, blueberry, blackcurrant juice. It's terrible. It's a 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.